Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. We are going to be working in our ABC journal again on the letter I, and we're going to be using index cards. I just happen to have a bunch of these, and I thought, what can we do with index cards? So I've come up with a couple different ways that we're going to use our index cards to create index card notebooks, okay? And let me show you the ones I've already got in my journal so that you guys can see them. Okay, so this one, I created a little pocket out of an index card. Okay, I just put a piece of, another piece of scrapbook paper on top. Okay, but this is what we're going to be making today. So this is one way to bind these little notebooks. We're going to be using some different ways of binding these, and I'll show you each one. Now this one, um, is more of a mixed media. I use stamping. First, I used my distress inks and colored the pages, and then I came in with some stamping, and then I put microglaze on top of that just to seal it in and give it kind of a shimmer to it. Okay, and then we bound it with this little paper clip and rubber band. So you will need rubber bands for most of these. Not all of them, but you could use something other than rubber bands. But for today, we're going to use rubber bands. And then I'm going to show you some different ways. If you notice, see, it does open very easily, and you can write on here. So this is the first one. That one's done with a paper clip. I'm going to show you this one. This one I got just tucked in here with, held on with a little tiny paper clip. Now this one is a rubber band, but if you notice, it's notched. So our index cards are notched. I covered this index card with fabric and added a little bit of lace right here, and it opens the same way as the last one. You can just open it and write in it just like this. Each one opens fully, so you can fully write on the page, and it's just a cute little notebook. And like I said, this is removable, so you could swap these out at any time if you needed to. And so I'm just going to put it right back in my journal like that, and it just sits there. Okay, next one is this one. Let's see. Here we go. And I just used a little pocket. Sorry, my index cards got in my way. Created a little pocket to store this one in. Now this one is using a little mini dowel rod. Okay, and the spine is with washi tape. And I staggered the index cards on this one, so whenever you open them, they fully open, but whenever you get to the back side, they're staggered on this side as well. So these were tea stained. Here you can see the back with the rubber band holding it in place. And I'll show you guys how to create one of these. And then I just created this little mini pocket to slide it into. Okay, so that's a nice little holder. Also used index card for this pocket and scrapbook paper on top. Okay, and then the last one is this one. I created a little pocket here. This wasn't index card. This was just already scrapbook paper that was kind of thick to hold our little notebook. Okay, and this one I used eyelets instead of a rubber band. So this is the only one that doesn't have a rubber band. And I decorated it out, and you can see the washi on the front. This is, I forgot to say, this is done with, you can see it kind of on the back. This is all washi, just laid out. And then I used some pearls on around the edge to make a frame. And then I put a little sticker of a flower sticker right there. And then I used eyelets. So that is the only difference on this one, is that it has eyelets. So this is the only one, like I said, that doesn't have, got stuck here, that doesn't fully have a rubber band. That's what I'm trying to say. So we'll just stick it back in our little pocket, and it's good to go. Isn't that cute? Okay, so let me show you guys real quick how to make these. They're not very hard. They're actually pretty easy to do. So we're just going to take about 4. I wouldn't do any more than 4 because of the thickness that they can get to whenever you fold them all together. Some index cards are thicker than others. If you can see down the spine of this one, it is actually one of the thinner index cards. I wish I had had bigger, larger index cards for this, but I didn't. So, okay, so we're just going to fold these in half. I think I'm just going to do the 3 just to make this faster. Okay, so I'm going to fold 3 like this. And then I'm going to show you how to add the rubber band with the paper clip. Okay, so there's our 3. There's different ways that you can do the edges. You can either just stack them all together. Okay. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and fold up a couple more so I can show you real quick how to do them all together. So I'm just going to go ahead and sit here and fold all these. Let's see. I'm going to do 3 each. Oops. Now for the staggered ones, whenever you do those, you don't fold them in half. You stagger them like this so that whenever you fold this in, the edge, you fold it like that. So then you would have this little lip. Okay. But for today, we're just going to, I'm just going to do 2 on this one so I can hurry up. So for this, I'm just going to not do any staggered. Okay. So I can just show you the technique and you can get to decorating your notebooks. Okay, so just do 2. Okay, so what I was going to say was you can use your ruler, you stack them together, you use your ruler and you leave about half an inch right here on this spine, okay? And that's not very even. Let me do it that way. Okay, so and then just fold up. So you just push up and create a crease. Okay, this is the fast way to do it. Okay, so you just created a crease on all of them at the same time. Just like that. Okay, so the other way that's not very fast, but is to me is just as effective, is you take your score and you score each one at half an inch. Okay, so just going to quickly score each one of these at half an inch. There we go. And then whenever we slide them back together, they more or less, there's a slight, you can see there's a slight overlap right there of each one, but they pretty much just fold together fairly evenly. This is a more accurate way to do it, but there we go. So that one's done and that one's done, and you can't really see that there's much of a difference in the two at all. So just do whichever one you have access to or whichever one you want. Like I said, this one's more straight, even, whereas this one you can kind of see it kind of bends up that way, but otherwise it doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's move on. I'm going to do this one real quick. Just going to also use the ruler on this one. Hopefully I can lay it there a little bit straighter. Let's see. Close enough. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to flip it back and forth a few times to get that crease in there. Okay, now what we're going to do is on one of them, do it on this one, we're going to cut a notch into the top part. So you make sure you see where your crease is, and we're just going to cut a notch in here. And this is where our rubber band is going to live. So cut a notch there. I'm going to flip it around so I'm going to flip it around. Hopefully you guys can, I'm still in frame here. I'm not really doing a lot of measuring. I'm just flipping it around, and then I'm going to pull it down, the tabs down, and cut them off. Okay. That. Like that. Okay, and then I've got a stack of rubber bands. So they're all nice colored, and you just find one that fits your, like that one, too big. See, that's too big, too big. So let's find a smaller one. Okay, I like this black one. It's kind of stiff. Yeah. Oh, now see, this one might be too small. No, that one actually works. Okay, so we're going to use this one. So that holds it together. If it was too small, your page will buckle like this, and that means your rubber band is too small. Okay, so this one's holding nicely. So, and yeah, it just lets you flip open your little book, right? I like that. Okay, so that actually may be too loose as it's, let me see if I can find just one more. Okay, that one's good too. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next one. Got my rubber bands here. Let's do, you need a hole punch, is what I'm trying to say. So I am going to use my big one. I'm just going to use the 3/16. On the other ones in my journal, I used the 1/8, but it's harder, so it takes a little bit longer. So I'm just going to line that up and punch, and then flip it over to the bottom and line it up. Well, I'm off a little bit. Line it up there and punch. Okay, so there's my 2 holes. Now I'm going to take a rubber band and my dowel. Let's see, maybe this one. Again, it depends on the length of your rubber band as to whether or not this will work. You have to get the right size rubber band. And then okay, so you threaded it through the hole. Sorry, I did it and didn't tell you. You thread it through the hole, and then you stick your dowel through the rubber band to hold it in place. And then you flip it over and thread this rubber band through like that and slide it through the dowel. Okay, now this rubber band is obviously too big. See the hole, the gap? It's not holding anything in place. This will just slip right out. So I need another rubber band. Let's see. Let me find one. Let's try one of these. I like that green one. Is that green one too big? Oh, that's going to be too big because this was too big. So you can just test it like that. So let's try this one. This one looks kind of old. Okay. Yeah, the bigger your hole is here, the easier it is to thread everything through. But on the other one, I kind of liked it a little bit smaller. Okay, so this one, I don't know if this one's going to work. This may be too small as well. Okay, yeah, this one's too small. I was struggling way too much to get it in there, so let's try another one. Okay, let's try this. Sorry, I should have tested these before, but I didn't because I wanted to do it on camera. So let's see. We'll get this yellow one in here. Okay, put it through the dowel. There we go. Hold in place. All right, I think this one's going to be the perfect size. So thread it through the back hole like that, and then through the dowel. Yeah, just like that. It holds it right in place. That's cute. Again, it gives it like a little bamboo-y look. You can see how the back is holding it. You could also, I was going to do this and I forgot. Oh, I think I got that upside down. Oh, well, got that upside down. You could glue this back page straight into your journal like this so that your pages will open without and it's not removable. Okay, so that one's ready to go and that one's ready. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is the paper clip. So I need a paper clip. Let me grab one. Okay, I like this shiny one. So I think I'll use this green. Let me see. Let's try it. It might need a bigger paper clip. Might need a longer one. Let me see. Okay, we'll go with the black. We'll go with this black one and see if this works. Okay, so again, we need to put a hole. I got debris. There we go. Pop it right out. Okay, so I'm going to punch a hole in the bottom, just like we did on the last one. Okay, like this. Now we're going to thread our rubber band through the hole, and we are going to slide our paper clip into that hole, okay, like this, all the way around to the top, and then we're going to thread the rubber band through the bottom hole again, through the back hole, like that, and then we're going to pull our paper clip down, hopefully, and kind of stretch it a little bit right here so that it catches. As soon as it catches, there we go, it starts to release a little bit, there we go, and then you just adjust it and kind of slide it down to what the look you're looking for, like that, and it straightens right back out. Okay, so that is how you do that. Now, if you was wanting to add the eyelets, you just punch the holes and add your eyelets. And the eyelets keep it from flipping open like this. Isn't this cute? Now, in the journal, I did tea stain these before I added them in there. So let me show them to you again now that you know how they're made, okay? So yeah, there's the bamboo one, here's the notch one, and here's the paper clip. They're just so cute. Okay, and let me show you the journals one more time. Okay, so this one was the fabric one, and it's pinned in place. And yeah, you just write on here. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so there's that one. And this cutie. In fact, I'll take them out of the books and line them all up for you guys to see. That way, if you guys want all of them, to look at all of them all at once, it's fairly easy to do. Just grab that one. And there we go. Okay, so which one did you guys like? See, this is that one. This is how this one comes out looking. And here's the bamboo. And I didn't do the eyelet one, but you guys can understand how to do eyelets, right? You just add the eyelets and punch. So you can see the eyelets on the back where I punched through. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little tutorial on how to make these cute binding booklets. I can see these being really good for a larger journal too that you want to make. These were very simple and easy to make. So I hope you guys enjoy them and let me know if you try one, okay? I'd like to see how they turn out. So I hope you guys have a blessed day.